Hello everyone and welcome again to another short video of mine. Today I will just gonna briefly update you all on the current situation in West Papua. Um, Most of you would have seen a post on our main page, Global Campaign for UN Peacekeeping Mission to West Papua, where we regularly update all the audience regarding the current situation in West Papua. So you can check out the page or page for the latest information regarding the situation in West Papua. So in regards to the current um, uh, situation in West Papua, we are seeing right now the ongoing Indonesian military in the Central Highlands of West Papua. And most of you would have read the reports that we have posted on, on Twitter and also on our Facebook account that the Indonesian military are actually killing the civilians in the highlands of West Papua. Instead of going after or the liberation fighters in the jungle, they're going into the villages and started shooting the civilians that they come across. So we have a situation where the Indonesian military are not cannot differentiate between the locals, the civilians, and the liberation fighters. So what they're doing is that when they go to the villages, they're just basically shooting anyone that they come across, and they are arresting, the civilians and, threatening them and forcing them to, to make statements of forcing them that they will sort of it's kind of like they intimidating them and forcing them to make statements or something that they don't really know about. So we are extremely concerned with this the current situation in West Papua. So the Indonesian military, the Indonesian government keeps on sending more military to West Papua. So West Papua is the only region in the entire Asia Pacific that is sort of heavily militarized. So we are questioning the Indonesian government why they're sending more military in West Papua when you already have the military there already operating or stationed in various regency or region in West Papua. So why do you keep sending more military into West Papua? So with the current hostage situation in West Papua, the liberation fighters in the statement have, they've made it very clear that they want an external dialogue or negotiation to be held in abroad, so that they can discuss the demands of the West Papuan people. So they do not trust the Indonesian government. At this stage, they kept on sending people that would go and, convince them to release the hostage. The demand or the position of the PNPB or the West Papua National Liberationist Army is clear. They will not. They want a international mediated dialogue or negotiation where it is mediated by a UN or a neutral party, so that both Indonesia and West Papuan leaders can sit down together and discuss find a solution to this 60-year-old conflict in West Papua. So that's the situation we have right now. So in the video that most of you would have seen as well, they've actually made a, a, a statement as well where they've sent out the warnings to all foreigners uh, working in West Papua, especially those who are working as pilots and flying those aircraft to those remote areas of West Papua, to be very careful that they will shoot anyone that is supporting supporting the Indonesian military in delivering or transporting their logistics or their military or police personnel to those remote uh, areas in West Papua, especially in the Central Highlands of West Papua. So they've actually made a statement warning everyone. So I think we need to take these warnings very seriously. So once the warning is made, we have to be very careful because we don't know exactly what sort of what sort of weapons they have, and so if they've given out a warning like this, that means they're fully equipped. Maybe some of the latest weapons can shoot down an aircraft. So that's the fear that we have. So once a warning has been made, we need to take these warnings very seriously. So those foreign nationals working in West Papua, especially operating or flying those little aircraft, need to take these warnings very seriously. They're not playing. This time they're very serious in what they say. So once again, the situation in West Papua is so frightening. It's very frightening. Well, when I mean frightening is that it's coming to a stage where the Papuan civilians are living in fear. Like they can't move out in the night. They cannot go and visit their families or friends. And they have to be home before dark. And also people are being killed. You can be run over by an unknown person in the street. So these are the things that are happening daily right now in West Papua. Papuans are being poisoned as well. Like if they have to be very careful if they are out and about, and we've got reports of Papuans being killed or being poisoned, especially when they go and buy food in the local restaurants. Yes, so those are the things that are happening right now. People are scared to go to the local hospitals to get treatment because they don't trust the Indonesian workers or health workers working there. They fear that they might be giving the wrong medication, and if they take them, they would die. So we have cases of people going to the hospital and they were given wrong medication, and yeah, after consuming it, drinking the medication, they died. So these are some of the things that are happening in West Papua. So it's very frightening. It's come to a stage where people are so scared to move about, and we are appealing to the international community, especially UN, to make an agent visit to West Papua as soon as possible. Right now, we feel that Indonesian government do not have the solution to the problems in West Papua. They come up with the DOB plan, which is the plan to create new provinces in West Papua, and it is not working. It's sort of creating another bigger problem again. From what we've seen from a video that I've seen on Twitter, I think in Sorong regions in West Papua, you have these, Indonesian companies logging, sorry, not, this Indonesian company coming into the Sorong area trying to grab the land from the local owners to start off this palm oil plantation, and the locals are not happy. They're saying that we were never consulted, and these people are coming and taking over our land, and they're trying to have it converted into a oil palm plantation, and they're not very happy. So you see the impact of this DOB plan, or the plan to create these new provinces. We've seen it in flags of Indonesian migrants moving into West Papua, and This is something that, like we've mentioned earlier on, that, this DOB plan, or the plan to create in these new provinces, is going to create much bigger problems, the problems that Papuans have never seen before. We have also seen the Indonesian military coming in now. They're creating, this bigger military base throughout West Papua. They're coming in without even asking or consulting the landowners. They're coming in and started building the base. So the landowners are not happy and they're protesting. And as a result, when they protest, the military is already there to, crush them. And, so we are very concerned that the situation in West Papua is coming to a stage where we need an international, we need UN to immediately come into West Papua and visit the area and make a report to UN, because the situation in West Papua has gone from bad to worse. And the human rights violation, killings, and of innocent Papuans has escalated. We've seen reports of civilians being killed on a daily basis up in the highlands of West Papua. And instead of going Indonesian military going after the liberation fighters, they actually going to villages and they started shooting these civilians. And we are extremely concerned that they're going over and they can't differentiate between the civilians and the liberation fighters. So they kind of like treat everyone as separatists, when in reality we don't have any separatists in West Papua. We have only the West Papua National Liberation Army, who are actually fighting to defend or liberate the land and the territory of West Papua from Indonesian colonial rule and occupation. So anyway, this is just some of the latest updates regarding what's happening in West Papua. And we would like to appeal to you all to speak to your own leaders in whichever country you're watching, to write the letter to them and asking them to look at the case of West Papua. Right now, we feel that the Indonesian government doesn't have the solution in to this whole West Papuan conflict, and the only way is there needs to be a constructive or meaningful dialogue, negotiation between the West Papuan leaders and the Indonesian government, mediated by a neutral third party like the United Nations or one of the countries, say in the Pacific, like maybe New Zealand, that can facilitate this negotiation so that people can sit together, both uh, governments, West Papua Indonesian leaders can sit together and try and find a solution to this 60-year-old conflict. We're not going anywhere. We are coming to a stage where Indonesian government is sending more military to West Papua and people are being killed on a daily basis. So we are extremely concerned, and we are appealing to the Indonesian government, especially they need to stop that. You cannot find a solution when you keep on sending more military to West Papua. That is not the solution. There needs to be a dialogue, or a negotiation between the West Papuan leaders, and we need to sit together and find a solution to this 60-year-old conflict in West Papua. So anyway, thank you once again for watching my video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.